putting in work. Work, yeah. Putting in work. I thank God for the favor when the money come. Half for the time, tax fees, and sufficient funds. What I gotta do to get ahead, I'm on to something. What I gotta do to get.
Welcome to the Modest Sports Show, home of your college athlete, where we're player-led and player-focused. I'm Corey, and today, man, we're back at the University of Alabama at Birmingham. We have a great guest, another amazing guest, OC Brothers.
What's up, bro? With you?
How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed.
That's great. Now, truthfully, today I am very excited about having you on just because of your journey and your path. And so, first things first, though, you're a Florida boy.
Know that.
All right. So when I'm in Florida, or if we're in Florida, the audience, what's the location we have to go to? Like, when you're in Florida, you got to go here.
I mean, Florida there's a whole bunch of big cities, but I feel like you got to hit Miami.
Got to hit Miami.
I'm from Central Florida, so you got to hit Orlando.
Okay.
Tampa, smooth.
Okay.
Pensacola, that's straight up there too, but definitely them three spots right there, though.
All right, for sure. Now, in each one of them cities, though, like, what's that spot? Because, like, I went to Tampa back last spring. Tampa was a vibe,
yeah,
real.
For sure.
Like, I know Orlando, it'd be more like tourist, for the kids and stuff. But I guess if I'm in Orlando, something outside of Disney, something outside of Universal, what's something I gotta go do that?
You gotta go hit I-Drive. You gotta hit the Strip.
Okay.
You gotta go downtown.
Okay.
Clubs, good food.
Yeah.
You feel me? A whole bunch of people be there. It's always a vibe every time I go out there, though.
For sure. Okay. So, man, so with you being a Florida boy, right? Talk to me about, I guess, just coming up in Florida, because I hear it, I'm an Alabama boy. So, like, it was kind of tough. It'd be kind of tough. Folks like, Florida's where it's at, Florida where it's at. But, I mean, year after year, y'all produce great talent, bro, especially in this game of football. So, what's the competition? What's it like growing up in Florida, Little League? Take me through it.
Really, like, football, everything.
Yeah.
Football, everything in Florida, you feel me? Like, you start playing when you're younger.
Yeah.
Keep going, and go as far as you can with it. I feel like the competitive part really just comes from everybody being outside with each other.
Yeah.
Everybody, you playing with people you grew up with.
Yeah.
Even if they're on another team, you still know them in some type of aspect.
Yeah.
And just, it's always hot. You always want to get outside. You always want to do something. Mama always say you either in or you out, and we always show stay outside.
Yeah.
So that's really it. I mean, it's just in us.
Man, so that's I could because I be hearing y'all play outside in the street with no shoes.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Y'all really
tackle football in the road.
Crazy.
Really.
Hey, you different. So I mean, bro, when would you say you found that passion in football though? Like from your earlier days, like maybe you had somebody in your life who introduced you to the game. How did that work?
I really feel like it was my older brother.
Okay. Because
my mom told me she initially signed me up because he was playing and everything like that. So, and I feel like I always wanted to be like him. He's 5 years older than me, so I just always wanted to follow in his footsteps.
Right. And
it'll always be as good, and if not better than him.
Okay.
So, really, my brother, I look up to him in football for sure.
Yeah, that's for real. How much older than he is you?
He's 5 years older than me.
Okay.
Like, he just turned 28 a couple weeks ago.
That's kind of like, and that made me think, like I was telling my little brother at State, that's kind of like him and we got an episode together. I interviewed him and we just spoke about that, like that age 4 or 5 year age guy. I bet you was right up on him with everything he did. So
everything he did, I always looked to go. Every time he went outside, I'm always trying to be right behind him doing the same thing.
And I imagine the competition was fierce too, like growing up in the household. What I guess how did that help you as a player? You know what I'm saying? When you got back with cats that was your age.
It helped me like get a lot more tough. Because I always hanging out with my brother and his older friends, playing football, just doing what they was doing. You just had to be tough.
Yeah.
Especially hanging around people older than you. So you take them hits, you just gotta adjust. So like when they come out to playing people my age, I feel like I was ahead of them, especially at a younger age, just because I already had that experience of playing people older. Right.
So I mean, now you're a linebacker. But coming up Little League, maybe middle school and high school, what were some other positions you dabbled with?
Crazy thing is, I didn't start playing linebacker until my junior year in high school. I played quarterback, like nothing but quarterback every year.
That's crazy. Okay. And so coming up, was that the only other position you played, just quarterback?
Yeah, quarterback. I mean, you know, Little League, you pretty much you can play everywhere. I played quarterback, receiver, DN, linebacker, everything like that, but it was just really primary quarterback.
Right. So when you were like, I guess because it's so rich, like y'all pedigree is so rich in Florida with talent, who were some other cats you might have played against, high school, middle school, Little League, like that you, I guess that maybe at other places you might know their names?
High school, I played against James Williams, safety from Miami. He in the draft this year. I played against Tyreek Stevenson. He played for the Bears. Jarvis Brownlee, he in the draft from Louisville. Chauncey Gardner, safety. Juwan Taylor. Jamel Dean from my area too. Right. Jamel Dean played against my older brother though.
Yeah.
And around my age group, like my high school, we got a receiver for the Detroit Lions right now, Antoine Green. Running back for the Giants, Jay Sean Corbin. And they really just, at our school, they really started at next, like getting to college level and everything like that.
So when you speak about your high school career, what, like you take me back to that moment, or take me back to that period of time. You say you didn't start playing linebacker until you were a junior in high school, but like, I guess how was the recruiting scene? How was it, I guess, trying to get to that next level? What were the steps that you took?
To be honest, I didn't really think like college football was for me, just because like I was like a late bloomer. Like I didn't start getting a lot of offers till like the back end of junior year, early senior, and everything like that. But like when I finally did realize, you know, I got a chance to play college, I really leaned on my high school coach. Because, you know, like, for one, like my city, nobody really had like a lot of big schools and everything like that looking at them. So I really leaned on my football coach. To really then, you know, guide me in the right direction, just allowed me to go through the process the right way.
Now, what, I guess, how did you come up on the scene? Take me back to that moment. Maybe it was a camp. Maybe it was a coach coming to a high school or coming to your high school, maybe recruiting another player. And you know what I'm saying? What was your story?
Yeah, so like I actually transferred schools after my 10th grade year because in Florida it was a rule where you can like pretty much transfer every morning. And my mom worked in the city, Rockledge, where I ended up transferring to. And I transferred there. When I first got there, I was still playing quarterback. But then the DC looked at me. He was like, you don't play defense? I was like, nah. He said, you want to play safety? And I was just like, let's go, let's do it. So then I went through that year, still no offers. Then that following spring, I went to my first rivals camp. Went in the rank, ended up getting got a little 3-star rating. Then I feel like the school that really like put me on was UCF at the time with Heupel. And Levy, he at Mississippi State now. So there's really like the first.
Nah, you good. Nah, you good. Yeah. Nah, y'all straight.
We'll probably be like 20, 30 more minutes.
Okay. It's good.
Yeah.
We're going to leave that in.
We leave the bloopers in there. But, I feel like they was really the first big program with a name to really believe in me and really give me the opportunity at a scholarship. And after that, that's when I really realized like I can really do something with this football stuff. I can really make it to the next level and really provide for my family.
Just when we started talking, like when I got to the facility, just the connection, that's part of the thing that I love, you know what I'm saying, with this football game. Cause, and I'll touch on it briefly, but with you having a stint at Auburn, like you said, I know Tayshaun, man. And, my little brother know him, you know what I'm saying? We was teammates at Kentucky. And then you mentioned Heupel, he was the head coach at UCF at the time. Head coach at UCF, now he's at Tennessee. And then Levy, who was the OC there, now he's my little brother head coach. So I just love how, you know, everything connect with this game. But now UCF, they offer you. I kind of know how that works, you know what I'm saying? That first one come and then the floodgates open. So this was your senior year when you picked up the UCF offer?
This was the spring going into my senior year.
Going into that? Okay. And so what did that, I know that spring to your senior, to that first game of your senior, I know that was a crazy time period.
Yeah, it was.
So take me back through that whole experience.
So like when I first got off from UCF, they really, like you said, they was looking for somebody else.
Yeah.
We had a DN.
Okay.
We had a DN that they was offering, and they both invited us to the junior day, whatever like that. And UCF like 30 minutes down the road from me. So we went out there. They said they liked my film from the previous year. They liked the vibe and everything like that. So they offered me. And you got spring football and everything like that.
Yeah.
And spring football, the coaches come out there, and a whole bunch of coaches from like a whole bunch of G5s coming out, watching me in person, everything like that.
Right.
So then that's when like I really started like taking off. I started getting a whole bunch of G5 schools.
Okay. All right. And so we went, like if you can remember the order, we went UCF, and then what was the next school? And then a couple of the next one.
I'll probably say, I think it was like UCF, West Kentucky, Toledo, FAMU.
Okay.
FAU, Kent State, a whole bunch of G5s.
Were you bug-eyed when you started going on these visits and these junior days? And was you, I know you was class of 19, so at the time, I don't really think they was, and I know they just scaled it back now, but like over these past couple of years, they've been crazy with letting cats take pictures in the uniform and stuff. Was you doing all of that during that time period?
I was, but like, I ended up committing to UCF, right?
Wow, like right away?
No, not right away, that summer.
Okay.
So after I went through spring football, I realized UCF was like, I felt like it was a good fit for me.
Yeah.
Close to being home and everything like that. So I really locked in on UCF. That's really like the only pictures I really took other than my official visits.
Okay. Now, so what was because I like understanding like put it like this, man. I know when you start getting your offers and stuff, a whole bunch of other stuff started coming along with it. So what was it like, at your high school? Now because you don't come from, like you said, it's not a lot of guys who get that opportunity. So when you're in a position of prominence and you had the opportunity, what the chicks talking about, what the teachers they want to slide, you know what I'm saying? Like what was that like going and I guess having that notoriety?
It felt good, because I feel like I was always like a popular kid.
Okay.
I was always popular. I was always making people laugh and everything like that. But I feel like once you got that, that's when people realize, okay, he really good.
Yeah.
And everybody really trying to ride my coattail,
Okay.
In high school, all the females trying to chop it up with me. All the teachers cool with me and everything like that. And it was just crazy because like I wasn't even from that town I was going to school at, but they was flocking to me and everything like that.
Yeah.
But through it all, my mom used to always tell me to stay humble.
Right.
Really, so I feel like I did a good job at doing that.
Sure. Yeah. And so I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I think a lot of young kids, bro, especially in this game, like they get a little taste of that success, and then it's addictive to where that's their main focus. They kind of lose track of actually going on the field and making that lifestyle accomplish. Like being able to accomplish that. So. That's good advice from Mom. So going into your senior year, how were you able to, like, how did you use that, I guess, as a motivating factor? Like, I got all these offers, so now I'm like, I really got to show them that. Because at the time, this was group of fives. I'm not sure how many P5s was talking to you, but was that like the next goal? Like, all right, I'm trying to take it to another notch now? Yeah,
that was definitely the next goal. Because, like, going to my senior year, like May 18th, no, I'm tripping. May 18th, we had the funeral. So May 11th, my sister passed away.
Okay.
She passed away in a car accident. She's 2 years older than me, and that really hurt me. Yeah. Because at the time I'm getting all these offers and everything like that. I'm really starting to see a future for myself, for my family. Then that happened and everything like that. So that really hurt me, but that really also provided an extra fuel in me, to see what my mom's going through and everything like that. To really just stay focused, stay focused, get my mind right. And I always knew I could be good, but that really just gave me that extra push I needed.
Yeah. Man, that's amazing. That's amazing. What does that senior year entail? Like, I mean, what was we doing? Crazy 20 tackles a game? Like, what was we looking like that senior year?
So senior year, I ain't gonna lie, I went crazy senior year. I had 100 tackles, 6 picks, 13 PBUs, 2 throwing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns. Ooh. And I was punter.
Oh, okay.
And
what classification was your high school?
We was 5A. Florida go up to 8, I think.
Correct. That's more than Texas, I think. But okay. So when you're doing that though, like is now the Power 5 starting to get a little bit more interested? Are they starting to come to the school, talk to you? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, they really started pulling up because after the first 4 or 5 games, I released a little like mid-season tape and everything like that. And like once I released that, like they started flocking like North Carolina, Syracuse, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Auburn,
right.
All the SEC, ACC teams in my region, which is all like hit me up.
When you over the course of that senior season, though, like, were you going on visits over the weekends?
I didn't start going on visits till the end of my season because I really wanted to like dedicate myself to my team.
Okay.
Because I feel like
were these unofficials though? The unofficials you were going on at the end of the season?
No, officials.
These are officials. Okay. So what officials did you go on?
I went to Syracuse with Babers.
Okay.
I went to Syracuse with North Carolina, and I went to Auburn.
Okay. You was traveling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was the first time that's the first time I think I ever left the state.
Wow.
It was like when I took my visit. So it was real nice to see the scenery, to see something else different.
Yeah.
I ain't never been to Syracuse, New York.
Nah.
Like that. So it was real nice.
That's what's up, bro. All right. So as you were kind of making your way towards like, all right, I got to make a decision at some point. We done enjoyed the fruits of our labor with, I guess, gaining the notoriety, but now it's more business to handle. How did you go about making that decision? I guess I'll break it down like this. When you were at Syracuse, when you were at North Carolina and Auburn, what was it about Auburn that separated them from the pack that said, okay, I think I can see myself being here over these other two schools?
Really, I felt like competition aspect played a lot. They played in the SEC West. They played the best of the best, and I always wanted to compete against the best.
Okay.
So, and I really felt like when I got to Auburn, it was a family vibe. It was a family vibe, and I felt like everything was genuine on my visit, and I really liked it. And, Syracuse, North Carolina wasn't bad, but I feel like North Carolina, I really liked North Carolina too. I ain't gonna lie. That's when Coach Brown just got back.
Okay.
But the thing about it was like a snowstorm coming, so I only stayed for like half a day.
Dang.
Then I had to leave, so I really feel like I really didn't get a good feel for it enough.
Okay. So, and that, quick thought too, it's kind of crazy, but like when you was committed to UCF, the head coach now at UCF was at Auburn. That's my zone. And so now, y'all kind of swapped. So, I mean, talk about that though. What was his energy like getting you up there on a visit? And, I know you say it felt like a family at Auburn, but I guess go a little bit deeper into it.
I felt like he was genuine. I really feel like he's still a genuine guy and everything like that. And, Auburn, I was a 3-star. I feel like, personally, I should have been like at least a 4. You turn on the tape, you see it. But I feel like even though I was a 3, he made me feel like I was a 5-star when I was there. I feel like I got the same treatment on my visit. They showed crazy love.
Right.
All the coaches showed love. Like they came deep. Basically the whole staff.
Okay.
The whole staff kept coming to the house. Came to my basketball games at the time. And they was just constant. He was always in constant communication with me, letting me know how much he wanted me and everything like that.
Okay.
And I felt like it meant a lot for the head coach at a school like Auburn to come to my basketball game. The sport I don't even play. He'll come watch the basketball game, chop it up with me then,
So were you, and that was something too, I'm like, dude said like your profile said you're a 4, you were nice on the court.
Like that.
Okay. So like, on signing day, were you a part of the early signing period, or did you wait until February to sign?
I waited till February.
All right, cool. So you were really weighing your options in terms of where you want to go. So when you make that decision, though, and it's Auburn, I guess after you sign, what is the next? Like, what is February to when you get there in early June? What does that look like? Like, what's your preparation? What's your mindset?
Yeah, to be completely honest, I came a long way in my mindset.
Okay.
Because like I said, nobody where I'm from really got to go to SEC, like a school like Auburn really, like straight out of high school. So it's like, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I got a little complacent.
Okay.
I got a little complacent. I'll always work out and everything, but I feel like I wouldn't work out consistently as I should.
Okay.
But I just worked out a lot. Yeah. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if I can get that time back, I definitely would. Okay. I'll take it a lot more serious.
talk to me about like when you first got to Auburn.
When I first got there, I ain't gonna lie. First thing I said to myself, you gotta get bigger, stronger, faster. That's the very first thing I said. Because I walk in locker room, see cats like Derek Brown. You know, like he just walk in, you just like,
crazy.
You feel me? Like I'm playing with him.
Yeah.
And like you said, with the coaches, you know, they gonna always be the same, but I feel like it's always to an extent. Because you know, like as soon as you get on campus, it's time to get a business, and it ain't no more buddy.
Nah.
You know,
I ain't trying to get you no more.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I feel like they still care about you off the field, but once you get on the field, it's like it's go time. You know, it's a business aspect.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this bigger, faster, stronger. That was like really my main thought process my whole freshman year.
Okay. And I always like to talk about the playbook too.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like? Did you feel like you were prepared for the amount of information that you was gonna have to digest with that playbook? Not at all.
Especially like playing linebacker, because in high school we ran like 2 or 3 coverages. Okay. We ran man, cover 2, and quarters. Mm-hmm. That was about it. But when I got to college, the 2 senior linebackers that was there, KJ Britt, he played for the Bucks.
Dog.
Yeah. Dog. And Chandler Woolen, he played for the Panthers now. Okay. So I really leaned on both of them. Like I'm always calling them, texting them, hey, we can meet 20, 30 minutes, you know, we can get some food, and you try to walk me through the plays and everything like that. And you know, like from being in college for as long as I have, I've seen people that don't want the younger people under them to succeed. Yeah. And like looking back on, I really appreciate them because like they really did take time out of their day. You know, they're going into their 4th year. You know, obviously they aspects get to league too, but they still take time out of their schedule to help me get right in the playbook. So.
Yeah, man, that's big. And KJ Britt, I played against him in high school.
Oh yeah.
So
I seen his tape.
Dog. He is a dog.
Yeah.
He is a dog. But yeah, and then Chandler too. Chandler's, I think he was a very savvy linebacker.
Yeah.
Like I like the way he played. Yeah. And so that's great stuff. But your time at Auburn was kind of short-lived. Mm-hmm. Okay. So walk me through your decision at Auburn to enter the portal and to kind of move on to another chapter.
Honestly, it was a hard decision. I was like thinking about it a lot because after my freshman year, I was okay with not playing my freshman year because internally I knew I wasn't ready. I knew I wasn't ready to go out there and just compete at the level everybody else is competing at. Yeah. So, you know, my freshman year, you know, I redshirted, went through the off-season strength program, everything like that. Sophomore year, I had my first because COVID hit. COVID hit in the spring.
Yeah.
And then I had labrum surgery on my left shoulder. But then, you know, I got back pretty quick. I got back like 4.5, 5 months. Okay. They said like I was actually way ahead of where I was supposed to be. Okay. But then, personally, I felt like me and my linebacker coach specifically, weren't really seeing eye to eye on a lot of things when I got back. Okay. You know, it was like we had a lot of conversations while I was hurt, and you know about me getting back because KJ broke his hand, I believe, the second game against Georgia. Okay. So then KJ was out. Chandler opted out because he was having a kid, and you know COVID was going on, so he wanted to stay away and everything. Okay. So it's really only 2 linebackers there, so I really felt like I could be that third guy. Yeah. And I feel like when I got back, I showed everything I could to show like I could be that third rotated linebacker, but I just never really got the opportunity. So I really felt like it was just time to leave. Okay. All right. And so you hit the portal. It was December of 2020. Yeah. December of 2020. And during that time period, because of COVID and everything that was going on, what did I guess it looked like with you entering the portal? Were you back at home? Okay, what was that? I guess who were you talking to? How did that look? Schools. I was really talking to like a whole bunch of schools hit me up. Okay. Like people from LSU, Mississippi State, UCF was hitting me up, Purdue, Houston, Tulane, a whole bunch of schools hit me up. But I feel like with the experience I had out there at the college level, I wanted something I felt genuine. I wanted something I felt real and it was going to be, you know. I can get on the field. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was really the main thing. You know, obviously everybody want to play. Yeah. But I feel like you got to ask certain questions and feel certain people out so you know exactly like what you really finna get. Right, for sure. And you end up choosing Purdue. Mm-hmm. Now, what I will say is Auburn, Florida, I think it's of course it's more humid in Florida, but we're in the South. So, you know, the conditions ain't too much different. But you went to Indiana. So talk to me like how was that shift? What was it was the
the culture difference? You know, like what was it like being in Indiana?
I ain't gonna lie, cause like over COVID, like 2020, you still couldn't take a visit.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing what I'm seeing over FaceTime and like the videos they got on YouTube and they sending me and everything like that. But when I got there, it's just snow. Like you can like my mom. I called my mom. I faced my mom and I just fell in the snow. Cause the first time I ever really been in real snow. You feel me? So
for sure.
That was a real nice experience. It was definitely different. The environment's different. Obviously, it's not as flashy as Florida. It's more a little more. How I put it? I'll probably say a lot more country. I would say it's a lot more country, a lot more ducked off and everything like that. But I liked it though, because I feel like when I went up there, I went up there with a mission. And I was like, execute, get to lead.
And you did exactly that, bro. You touched the field. I believe how many it was. I think last season you started all 12 games last season. And then the year before that, what was that? I guess what was the build up to kind of where you finished your career at Purdue?
So my first year there was 2021. I was a third rotated linebacker. Like, unfortunately, I never started, even though I feel like I definitely should have.
Okay.
I definitely feel like I should have. But I still rotated in a lot. Okay. That was always our first rotating guy. We really had 3-man rotation.
Okay.
And I was the third backer going there and getting reps, starting on all special teams, making plays on special teams.
Okay.
So I really felt like that first year is really what got my feet wet. It really got me used to, all right, this college football, this Big Ten football. Big Ten SEC different.
Yeah.
Big Ten, you finna have to defend and run at least 30 times a game.
Okay.
Like 12 T, 13 personnel, and they just downhill. Yeah. So then 2022, that was my first year starting. I really felt like I was ready. I felt like I had a great offseason working out. I feel like I trained as hard as I could. I brought others along with me.
Yeah.
But on season here, I feel like I was ready. Okay. I really feel like I played the best I could, made plays. We ended up going to the Big Ten championship.
Right.
But we ended up losing to Michigan.
Yeah.
But that was the first time we did that since like Drew Brees, I think.
Okay.
And that was like 2000, 2001.
Right. Yeah. And that is, I believe, like, because that was a point that I was going to hit on as far as you got SEC. I mean, like you got SEC experience, you got Big Ten experience, and so you touched on it a little bit. If you can go a little bit deeper into that though, because like SEC is kind of like it switched. You know what I'm saying? Like when we was in high school and of course before that, SEC was that run dominant conference. Like we went back 6'3", 250. You know what I'm saying? The Derrick Henrys of the world. But now it's kind of like with the shift in football, it's like the Big Ten is now. Me personally, I think it's because they can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Like that. I think they ain't got no other choice. But I mean, like, what were some other differences playing in the Big Ten, playing the SEC?
Me personally, I feel like that. I feel like the SEC is a lot more speed.
Yeah.
It's more speed, more perimeter stuff.
Okay.
A lot more throwing. And I feel like SEC has a lot more athletes at certain positions. I feel like Big Ten is more aggressive, downhill, like run the ball at you. Like you got to stop the run.
Okay.
That's like the main thing in the Big Ten. You got to stop the run. If you don't stop the run, it's gonna be a long day for you because they gonna punish you.
Yeah.
Like playing against teams like Wisconsin, Iowa, Penn State, Michigan, like them teams like that, they love to run the ball.
Yeah.
So that's what they're gonna do. Obviously you got teams like Ohio State, that's gonna sling the ball around a lot. You got Ohio State, Maryland wasn't that bad at throwing the ball, honestly. Teams like that, they got a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But I feel like majority of the time, Big Ten is a lot more downhill.
Okay. So I mean, I cut on the tape. You at Purdue, I was like, yeah, I do see a dog. You know what I'm saying? And so I love the way you play. I love the physicality and the aggression you play with. But, at your time at Purdue, I think the last season's tape that I watched, I'm like, yeah, I like him. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, right, one would question, all right, you started all 12, like you're a starter. Why did we hit the portal again?
I hit the portal. So this season, we got a new staff.
Okay.
At the end of 2022, our staff went to Louisville.
Okay. Like
basically the whole staff ended up going there.
Okay.
And we got a new staff from Illinois defensive coordinator, Coach Walters, becoming the head coach. And I started every game that year. I mean, this past year I started every game.
Yeah.
But I got hurt.
Okay.
I messed up my tore my labrum again.
Okay.
Tore my labrum again. And personally, it just like even before that, I felt like we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
You know, I ain't gonna throw shade or nothing like that, but I really just felt like we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. And me personally, I didn't like the defense they ran. You know, I went from running the 4-2-5 to running the 5-1-5. Okay. Which is not really traditional. I felt like that wasn't gonna help me get to that's not gonna help me transition to the NFL.
Okay.
You know, and I had a lot of discussion with my parents. Then I had my labor surgery, but I'm still supporting my teammates. The linebackers that end up playing after I got hurt. I'm still supporting them, giving them tips. Tell them things I'm seeing that can help them, and things that the offense doing that's gonna help them. Yeah. But ultimately, I really felt like it was time to leave. Okay. So I ended up, after the last game, I ended up telling them, I feel like it's best for me to go. Okay.
Yeah, and I respect that. And I also I don't feel like enough players put emphasis on that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. You having an awareness like, okay, this is the system that I prefer to play in. Mm-hmm. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses, and this better suits me. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a amazing move by you, particularly now where you are, because they do. I'm assuming I think they do run a 4-2-5.
Yeah, 4-2 and 4-3 base.
Okay, so when you hit the portal at Purdue, though, I guess what was that? Kind of take me back to it again. What does it look like when you hit the portal this time?
I ain't gonna lie, it was a little slower this time just because schools would hit me up, but obviously I was up front with it. I was telling them, I just had my second shoulder surgery. I only got 1 year left. Yeah. But I'm telling them turn on that tape. You gonna see what I can do. Yeah. You gonna see. I run to the ball, I hit, I cover, I pass rush. You know. But evidently some schools didn't really want to take a risk on somebody with a second shoulder surgery, a linebacker. Yeah. And a lot of them wanted me to be able to play spring ball because this year I missed spring ball because I don't get cleared for another 2 weeks. Okay. So, but a lot of G5s hit me up, Arkansas State, Charlotte, Troy, UAB, USF. Okay. A lot of them schools hit me up, but I feel like UAB was the main school that was constantly recruiting me, constantly checking on me, asking how my shoulder recovery going, everything like that, and actively, even I'm not committed, still actively coming up with a plan on how I'm gonna rehab when I get here and everything like that. Okay,
man, that I can't lie, bro. Just listening to you talk about the decisions that you made, I think you made smart business moves. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see how you weren't looking at the things that everybody else probably look at, but you was more I feel it, bro. I feel you. So I salute to that. Now, we talked about it a little bit a while ago, but you just, you're here in Birmingham now, decide on UAB in the portal. What does, give me what's the vibe of the city? How you liking it? I mean, you done been here before, but this is more city than Auburn. You know what I'm saying? So what is it like being in Birmingham?
I really like it, because I'm from 30 minutes away from Orlando. Okay. So it's I'm used to being close in the city and being in the city atmosphere. Right. And Auburn, Indiana, that was kind of the same thing. Okay. The type of vibe. And it was cool, but I feel like I relate more to the city. Yeah. I like to go have fun and stuff like that when it's time to have fun and just be around people like me, honestly, and the people that have the same mindset as me and everything like that. Sure. I like it though. Food good. Yeah. That good Southern food. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I love it.
So do you still got some guys at Auburn that you I don't know is there any guys that still at Auburn that you
for my class I don't think so. Nah. I think everybody else pretty much gone. I think the last couple just went to drafts. Okay. Jalen Simpson, Nehemiah. Yeah, Jason. And Zion Puckett. Okay. I think they was the last few. Okay. No, those guys that came in with you at Auburn? Mm-hmm. That's I didn't even know that. I didn't know Bo Nix, Owen Peppo.
Right, for sure.
Derek Hall, Kobe Wood, all four of them in the league now.
Okay. Now, I guess it's bring us, you say you about 2 weeks out from full recovery. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Clear to
2 weeks out. You guys got to be back. Well, will you go home between now and
May 27th?
May 27th. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you will go home between now and then?
I'm gonna still stay up here until I get fully cleared because my shoulder is like the biggest priority for me.
Yeah.
You know, I always make sure I work on my shoulder. If I don't do nothing else in the day, I got to do something to help my shoulder.
Right.
You know, being a linebacker, you got to be able to get off blocks, got to be able to tackle, use your hands on every single play.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much my main priority. Then after that, I'm gonna go home, you feel me, visit the family and everything like that, chill out for a little bit.
Sure. And then it's back to work.
Fact.
I like it. What are some things that we got to work on though? Like coming off this past season, obviously the shoulder, right? Got to get it back stronger, but give me some technical things. What are we working? We working hand placement, foot placement. We working our zone drops. Like what we got to get better at scraping, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely say my biggest thing is pad level. I feel like I make a lot of plays, but I can make even more plays if I lower my pad level. That's pretty much my biggest thing. So I've been stretching a lot more, working on my hip flexibility, working on my man coverage. Because last year we didn't really cover. At my old school, we really didn't. Linebackers really didn't. They didn't. We did no drills. No, because the crazy thing was we played a lot of man, like a ton of man. Yeah. But we never did it in practice. So I feel like that kind of hindered me a little bit. But that's really been my thing. I feel like my strike too. I feel like I got to strike better, especially come off the shoulder. I got to be able to punch, get off blocks, separate, and everything like that.
Okay. I love to hear it, bro. Well, I mean, the last thing we typically do, bro, if you got anything you might want to tell the younger athletes out there, dudes who done been through adversity like your shoulder, like the transfer portal, where you got a story. So just, share some gems with the younger guys,
One thing I got to say, man, don't ever let nobody tell you you can't be what you really want to be. A whole bunch of people told me that growing up. A whole bunch of people doubted me. But just keep going. Don't stop. No matter how you feeling, keep going. Pain is temporary. Trust me, I know pain is temporary. But the feeling you get from going an extra mile, putting in an extra word is going to pay off. In Titusville, Florida, we up, man. 3-2-1, man. 3-2-1.
And just like that, guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the Modest Sports Show. Tell a friend. We're going to keep getting my guys on here, bro. I appreciate you pulling up on me today, man. This is a good episode. And just like that,